Hey everybody, this is Rich. You're with Beekeeping with Rich, or as I probably should have called the channel, you're with Bee's Gonna Do What Bee's Gonna Do. This is a quick video because of something that happened this morning. This is a rapid feeder. You know I love them. I keep them on my primary hives 365 days a year. Instead of an inner cover, I use a feeder shim with a rapid feeder on it. That rapid feeder may be closed up. It may have wet, damp sugar in it. It may have syrup in it at the right time of year, whatever, but I don't really take them off. I use them as an inner cover under a telescoping cover, and I just leave them on 365. Have now for about 3 years. At the moment, there's about 12 of these on the hives because 2, 4, 6 on my main hives, and then 6 more on the temporary hives that I have in the spring here. In all that time, I've never had anything like this happen. I've often wondered why it never happened, but for the first time, I didn't check my feeders last week because a tree on the side of my house is in full bloom and it provides plenty of nectar. So 2 weeks ago, there was damp sugar in here that was not being touched in all of the hives. They all had it. They didn't need it. They weren't using it. I checked a couple of them last week. Since they weren't using it, I didn't bother to check all of them. And indeed today, there are plenty of hives out there that have damp sugar in them. And, you know, they're working it a little bit, but there's plenty of resources in the environment. But in this one, they cleaned it out. And just to be clear on this, they may not have processed it. I have seen bees remove the sugar and dump it out the front of the hive before. Now, I can't tell whether they did that or not because the other day I was out there with a rake, raking everything and cleaning everything, and I wasn't really paying attention. So I didn't look to see if there's any sugar on the ground. But they apparently were feeling a little jammed for space, and they cleaned out the rapid feeder, however they did it, and started building comb. So just in case you were wondering, well, in the rapid feeder, will the bees build comb? Well, I guess when the situation is just right, they will. Now, why this was necessary, I don't know. In the box immediately under this feeder, there were at least 4 frames that had a rainbow of honey across the top and a little thicker amount of honey down one side, but probably had at least 1,000 cells per side that had hatched out. So there was still plenty of space for the queen to lay, and there was plenty of space if they wanted to put in more nectar. But for some reason, they just decided that up was the way to go, and they built up into the rapid feeder. So today I pulled several frames of honey out of there, dropped in some empty frames, to intersperse them, dropped another rapid feeder in there at the moment, left it empty, and brought this inside to do a quick video. Now I'll clean it up and it'll be ready to go back in rotation. But just wanted to show you that sometimes bees going to do what bees going to do. And just because they didn't do anything last week doesn't mean they're not going to do it this week. So that's it. It's a short and sweet video. Beekeeping with Rich. I'm Rich. Hey, like and subscribe. Take it easy.